Almost every new business owner makes this one mistake. And the scary part, it feels like you're doing everything right until the moment you realize nothing is actually working. You file the LLC, you open the bank account and set up a payment processor. You launch with a logo and a website, but you don't know what you don't know. It's why your message never feels clear. It's why your content doesn't connect. It's why everything takes 10 times more effort than it should. Because here's the number one mistake. You're starting a business without ever defining why it exists. You started with tasks instead of purpose, logos instead of clarity, noise instead of direction. And if you don't fix that, no matter how good you are at what you do, you'll always struggle to bring in customers. Because people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. Let me say that again. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. So today, I'm going to walk you through the exact exercise we use with every single client to fix this. It's simple, it's clear, and it gives your business something the checklists will never give you. A reason to exist. Starting a business without purpose is like trying to plant a tree by starting with the leaves. You go all in on the setup. You buy the pot, you buy the soil, you buy the fancy fertilizer that the package swears will speed up growth. You lay everything out like you're about to film a gardening show. And then you pick up a handful of leaves and confidently place them into the pot like, all right, grow. And for a second, it feels like you're doing something. You're nodding to yourself thinking, yep, this is definitely how trees work. But the leaves just sit there, looking back at you, doing absolutely nothing. Because, you know, they're leaves. They're not the part that grows. And in business, that seed you skipped, well, that's your purpose. Most new business owners start by building the leaves of their business, the tasks, the tools, the visuals, the checklists, but none of that can grow if there's no seed or purpose underneath it. Your purpose is the reason your business exists beyond making money. It's what gives your messages direction. It's what helps customers actually connect with you. Purpose gives you a clear filter for decision making, and it's the foundation of a brand that people actually care about. It attracts the right clients and repels the wrong ones. It keeps you and your team motivated, and it makes your marketing easier because everything flows from that same North Star. Now, it's incredibly hard, practically impossible, to stare at a blank page and just write your why. And maybe that's why so many people skip this step and end up paying for it later. If your business is trying to save the world, well, your purpose might be obvious, but, you know, for the rest of us, finding meaning in our day-to-day work can feel complicated. So instead of guessing your way into it, I'm going to walk you through a very simple framework that makes the whole thing clear. By the end, you'll have a written statement that clearly defines your purpose and profound clarity moving forward. All right, let me show you the framework we'll be working through. The irony of leading your business with why is that to get there, we actually start with what. Okay, so let's pretend we're launching a business for a social media manager. So their business will help small businesses manage their social media accounts. Very straightforward. So for this first layer, the outside ring, we're going to answer one basic question. What do you do? So, okay, let's fill this out together. I put this exact framework inside the Business Backbone Guide, and the link is in the description below. So go ahead and download that and open it, so you can follow along and fill this out in real time. Cool. All right. So first, you'll see the ring on the outside labeled what you do. For this step, I want you to write down everything you do in your business, every single task you handle. For our social media manager example, the list might look like this. Manage social media accounts, plan content, schedule posts, write captions, answer DMs, respond to comments, track analytics, meet with clients, send reports, build monthly content calendars, research trends, create basic graphics, set up campaigns, organize assets, communicate through email. Write it all down in this ring. If you're like a bookkeeper or a photographer or a coach, whatever field you're in, it's going to look a little different. The important part, though, is that you just focus on the tangible tasks that you do every day. So keep going on this until you can't think of anything else. Once you have your full list, then you're ready for the next ring. Now that we've recorded the what, the next step is to define the how. So this isn't about the tasks themselves, it's about the way you approach those tasks. So two social media managers can do the exact same things, but how they do them could be completely different. So for example, one that focuses on fast communication versus another that drives around everything around data. So for our example, let's say our social media manager has a very structured approach. They plan ahead, follow a clear system, and focus on consistency. So that's their how. It's the style, the method, the way they work, not the tasks themselves. Okay, so let's fill out this next ring. So how do you do what you do? So this is your approach, your style, and the way you operate day to day. So for our social media manager example, how might look like plan content a month in advance, follow a consistent posting system, clear communication with clients, rely on analytics to guide decisions, stay organized with templates and processes, focus on building long-term engagement, not quick spikes. And so, see, notice how these aren't tasks, they're the way the work gets done. For you, this might be things like, I have a structured process for every project, or I take a collaborative approach with clients, or I'm detail-oriented and double-check everything. Whatever it is, just write down anything and everything that describes the way you work, not what you do, but how you do it. If you get stuck, just think about the guiding principles about the ways that you work. Once you can't think of any more ideas, then you're ready for the next ring. So now that we know what you do and how you do it, the next step is to get clear on how your work contributes to someone else's life. So this is where we shift from your actions to the value those actions create. It's where we look at the immediate value your work provides to somebody else. All right, so let's fill out this next ring. Inside the workshop, we'll navigate to the contribution ring. In the last step, you wrote down how to do your work, your style, your approach, your methods. And now we're shifting to the direct value your work provides to your clients. Think of this as, because I do work this way, here's what they get, right? So for our social media manager, for example, their contributions might be like keeping clients visible online, saving them hours a week, helping them stay consistent on social media, creating content that attracts new customers. These are the practical benefits someone gets from working with you. For you, it might be things like help clients stay organized and on track, save people time, make their business look more professional, help them understand their numbers. So just write down the clear, tangible contributions that your work provides. If you're getting stuck, think of action words and start your entries with verbs. Keep them short, simple, and focus on what your client gets right away from how you work. Once you've listed those out, you're ready for the next ring. Okay, the next step is to understand the long-term impact that contribution creates. So contribution is the immediate benefit, and impact is the lasting change. It's what your work allows them to do or be over time. It's the bigger picture outcome that your work helps unlock. Okay, so let's fill out the next ring. In the workshop, navigate to impact, and think of this as, because my work contributes in those ways, what becomes possible for my clients? For our social media manager, for example, that impact might look like growing their audience over time, increasing brand awareness, helping clients feel more confident showing up online, freeing up time for business owners to focus on higher value work, helping clients attract more opportunities, or making their marketing feel easier and more consistent. So these aren't the tasks you do, they aren't the immediate benefits. They're the positive ripple effects of your contribution. For your business, this might sound like my clients have more clarity and make better decisions, they feel less overwhelmed and more in control, or maybe they grow their businesses faster, or they feel more confident about their brand. If you're having trouble with this, ask yourself this question: why do my customers like what I do, how I do it, and the contributions I provide? Keep your answers honest and think of as many as you can. Once you've captured those, then you're ready for the final ring. Now that you've worked your way through all 4 rings, you're finally ready for the center of the framework, your why. This is the part most people try to start with, which is why it feels so hard. But when you build your way inward, your why becomes a lot more clear. Your purpose isn't something you make up, it's something you discover. So by looking at what you do, how you do it, how it contributes, and the impact it creates, your why is simply the meaningful reason your business exists beyond making money. Let's fill out the final ring. So navigate to the center. Your why comes from the 2 layers you just completed: how you contribute to others, plus the impact you have on their life. All we're doing now is combining those into one simple, meaningful sentence. The formula is to contribution, so impact. And that's it. For a social media manager, it might look like something like, to help small businesses stay visible and consistent online so they can grow their audience and feel more confident showing up. Now write yours using the same structure. To, what you contribute, so, the long-term impact that you create. Take your time. Use the exact words from the rings you already completed. Don't try to make it inspirational. Make it honest. It'll feel a little clunky at first. That's okay. It's totally normal. This isn't the finished statement. It's the first draft. You know you're on the right track if it sounds bad but feels right. When you're happy with a draft or two of the framework, then you can edit. If you've got writing chops, great. Go for it. Make it your own. If not, no big deal. This is a perfect task for AI. If you go straight to AI without doing the workshop stuff first, it won't give you the gold that you're going to get here. But AI can for sure help you polish it up if needed. Once it feels written and honest, you found your purpose. Your purpose isn't meant to sit in a notebook, in a closed drawer, forgotten forever. It's a tool, a filter, for every decision you make in your business. You'll use it to check if your offers make sense, guide the tone and voice of your brand, make marketing feel clearer and easier, keep your content consistent, hire people who believe what you believe, and stay grounded when things get chaotic, because they will. Every successful brand has a reason behind it. This is yours. And if you want to share your purpose statement with me or get feedback, connect with me on LinkedIn. Shoot it over. I'll take a look. But here's the thing. While not knowing your why is the #1 mistake new business owners make, it's not the only one. And some of the others are way more painful if you don't see them coming. If you want to avoid the same painful mistakes I made when I started my business, click on the next video. I walk through everything I messed up, step by step, so you can skip the stress, skip the guesswork, and skip the years I wasted doing things the hard way.